Hello, everyone. Welcome to Building Public with Natively. Today is the day 13 of my 30 days challenge where I'm building one simple app and give it away to one of you. So today's my last day and I just started recording. Hi, good to have you.
It's fun to be here. Last day.
Yeah. I was about to say just actually this is the last day of this challenge. And I was thinking, about the whole 30 days and I was like, wow, thanks God that I did every day. Like some days were hard, like especially on Fridays, like the last Fridays, I was feeling so tired. And even like one of them, I had a very heavy headache. I was like, okay, I have to do this, like I cannot skip it. So, okay, thanks for joining for the last one. Do you have something to say or yeah, some hi or welcome, whatever?
I'm just gonna say 30 out of 30. Congrats, Jade. I think that's a real testament to just like sticking to it. What are we building today? That's the real question.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sharing the screen actually. So for today, I gave a huge thought like what to build, and I was thinking that it would be amazing to build a simple networking app, social network platform type of thing, like TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, like today, I want to build a simple social platform like Instagram, TikTok, like Facebook, and I would like to give it to one of you who will kind of build it further. So as today is the last day, I was thinking like what to build, and then I was okay, yeah, let's just like build something because we spend too much time on social media kind of platform. So I was like, yeah, let's make one more, and that would be amazing. I'm gonna write my prompt, just simple one as always. Build me a social media platform. I don't know, like, do they call it social media? Yeah, I think social media platform. But let's call this Networkify. And as always, yeah, I would like to drop some design. So this is my design for today. I'm gonna give it a go. But yeah, as always, just like repeating myself, I don't like to ask another AI for prompt. I just like to write the prompt myself, a very simple one, and then work with the next prompts, and then enhance my app, and then like add new features or like change the colors and change the design. But also for me, as you followed me for 30 days, I like to start with a basic design, because that will give me like a good starting point. But also, as I'm not a designer, so I'd like to see a nice design of the app in the first prompt, and that would like help me a lot to kind of like build the app further. Yeah. So what I do meanwhile, so to save some time, I'm gonna connect the Supabase. Yeah, like there's a huge update that will come in a week or two, or maybe a bit more. And yeah, and there might not be any more Supabase thingy here, but let's keep that a surprise for later. But yeah, just like repeating myself again, Supabase is your database. It's where all your information will be saved. So I'm gonna connect with Supabase. And for those of you that you joined me just newly, um, actually, yeah, I'm doing this challenge. I have been doing it for 30 days, and like today's the last day where I'm building a simple app and give it away to one of you who will build it further. So regarding the last apps, I gave all of those apps except one to you, kind of like build it further. So it was quite a success, to be honest, in that sense, because I was afraid, what if no one will ask the projects? But apparently that was not the case. So let me name it Networkify. So I'm creating a new project. So a new project for the database, and then I will put a password here. Sorry, Tim, this might be boring for you, but thanks for watching. Yes, I save it here. So amazing. So we have our project here created. I go connected. Amazing. Let me connect it. Perfect. This is connected. So I will wait, to see the first version of my app, and then I will connect the Supabase and then build the backend. Okay.
Well, we're getting a lot of different tabs.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah. I mean, it's a heavy idea, to be honest. I feel that like making a social media platform or app is like one of the most complicated apps.
Yeah.
I think it's more complicated than like gaming, or maybe like the second stage complication. But yeah, it's super hard. There are lots of things involved. But we see that we have the first view here, and it reminds me of um, like Instagram. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, this is actually really really nice. Like
Well, nice idea.
the design, like very close to Instagram.
Yeah, like in some of the hackathons, like when I go there, like participants are pitching me the idea. I'm like, oh, I have built this. Let me show you how it is, like how it looks from my side. And they're like, okay. So I think in this last 30 days, I have built so many apps for almost everything. But of course, there are so many things that, sometimes it's hard to think of because I think there are lots of app ideas that are, are coming from our personal problems, and if you don't have that personal problem, then you don't really know it. And yeah, I think I'm amazed by our users, but also by the community of app builders that there are like, I mean, there are some app ideas that I'm like, wow, I never thought about this. Um, and also in one of the hackathons, I was challenged by one of the participants. She was telling me that, all the dream apps that she has are already being built. I'm like, okay, so what about, making your own personal app? Because in the past we all had our personal websites, like as a work portfolio or like showing, like I mean, instead of our resume or CV, like we had this uh, like website which was all about us, like the information. So I was like, oh, what about making, an app which is all about you, or also maybe gift, an app to your friend, for example, if he or she has a birthday, and then you make an app for her by her name, the photos, the memories. So yeah, that was like, I was like, okay, you can do that, even if all the ideas are taken. Nice, it's working. Nice, looks cool actually. But of course, as I said in the past, you have to click all the buttons and then see what works, what not. With the first problem, we get the nice design, we get the overview of our app, but then you have to, kind of prompt again and again, and then like, fix everything and, like make sure everything works. But this is kind of quite nice, and we have such a huge follower base. So what do you think, Tim? How is it?
I think it's really nice actually. Yeah, and like with a lot of tabs. I'm super curious to see like when we integrate the backend into it, how that will go.
Yeah, let's do it then. Okay. So I have the Supabase connected, as I said here. Let me show you once more time. Nice. And let me just prompt my simple prompt. Connect the Supabase and build. I can. Let's give it a go. Yeah, and let me know, like what are you thinking about, what content should we make in the comments, and also like please let me know what you're building. Um, I mean, like it doesn't matter, if you're building with natively or not. Of course, we would love you to build with natively, but but also kind of in general, we're interested to see like what you're building. Maybe like you're building a software or an agent or like a website or other apps. So I think the idea is here now with AI, it's super easy to build things, and I think everyone should give themselves a chance to build, and let themselves kind of like try out. So just let me know, yeah, like what you're building, but also let me know if you have some ideas for the next challenge. I have my own idea what to do for the next challenge, but I would love to have also your inputs, like what you like to see. Of course, there's gonna be so many other contents about how to deploy to iOS, how to deploy to Android, how to do API, and like to be honest, I'm learning myself. So, like I'm telling to everyone that like, we're building natively, but for me, I'm building natively, but also I'm learning how to use natively myself. And as I don't know coding, so for me, um, like it's really interesting to kind of be a user of your own tool. And that's kind of like something that's like a double sort of thing. So
Could you maybe like expand a bit on that experience coming from a non-technical background and then building apps with natively? How has that just like changed how you think about, I don't know, products and obviously like mobile apps and like also just like how you communicate with others, like
yeah.
post like doing a lot of apps now?
Yeah, actually, I have been like using other solutions for like landing page, and I found them super easy. But also like for me, like I watched some kind of like YouTube videos because in the beginning, I was a bit afraid of using the tools, and even like when I kind of met you actually before the summer, like for the podcast, and then I tried to use like natively. It was super easy to use natively, but still, there was a part of me was afraid, and then I couldn't let myself, to kind of prompt something that I wouldn't trust. And then, I was asking AI, for the prompts, but also, I was not trying to click any button. I was like, okay, what if things will go wrong? So I didn't have this, confidence. And then when I start, kind of like once I start actually like allowing myself to experiment with the tool with natively, and also kind of, like try to create projects, even if not, the ones that I care, it taught me a lot. And also, I kind of like try to go around, for example, see what is this? Because sometimes like I was okay if I go here, what if like I have to go back to the kind of like preview, I was
This is
afraid.
a scary place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. And then like you come to the code, but oh my god, if I click something, then if things will kind of crash, what happens? And then so like for me, it was really, and also like when I was like doing the Supabase, I didn't know how to find a project, to be honest, in the beginning. I came to Supabase, I was like, okay, what to do next? I came to kind of Networkify, I was like, okay, what to click? Like where to go? Okay, now we have 7 tables, the backend is being built. But to be honest, allowing myself to click around and also kind of let myself experiment. But also, working with AI as of more partner, and then like so asking AI and also kind of me, helping AI with information that I have, or kind of like like asking the right questions. So it gave me the confidence of actually I can build. And for me, um, I remember, that kind of like when you taught me how to do the iOS part, if I'm like I didn't do the iOS part, myself alone. So I asked you to help me out. And like when we did it, I was like, I didn't need to have Tim there, I could do it myself. but but in the beginning it feels so scary. But now, like actually I'm gonna like deploy this app to iOS, just like kind of like for the fun part here. Um, but like I just got this confidence that actually I can build things. And now, like I try to communicate this with others that I know that, hey, just please let yourself, like let yourself do mistake, like let yourself learn. Because to be honest, the worst thing that it can happen is that you start a new project and that's it. Or like you actually like ask us and then, or like you actually kind of like go back, like revert the project. So I think for me now I'm so confident that I can build mobile apps. I can do whatever I want. And yeah, like yesterday, like we were doing this API live demo during our community call, and I felt so confident after that okay, it's not super hard. So like for me, it's more about me learning and then showing to others, and then telling to others that, hey, if I can build this, because I'm so naive in coding, like I'm so afraid of coding, but now I just feel like a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's such a kind of good feeling, and that's why, like, I think I like natively not just as something that I'm building, but also as something that I'm kind of like using it. So I see two sides of it, and that's why I really believe that it kind of led people to build things that they couldn't even have imagined. So yesterday I was saying that there is no impossible anymore. Like everything is possible, to be honest, and that's the base part. So yeah, like here we can see the code. So sorry for giving long answer, Tim.
No, that's good.
It's like
I know,
really
was
just
great. Like super interesting to actually just like hear your journey, right? And especially it's like how you felt that your confidence has grown a lot, like when it comes to building products through vibe coding tools,
that's true.
like
Yeah,
not being afraid to break things, which is super important. Like we get this a lot, right? When people come and ask like, hey, I did this prompt and like it didn't work, and like nothing is like coming together as I thought, like do I just give up? And like you just have to try again and try it from like a different approach and like experiment. That's like the process of building, right?
yeah. But also, like the other day, like someone was asking me like how to use natively. I was like, hey, who taught you how to use TikTok? Who taught you how to use ChatGPT? Said no one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just like the same thing here. It's like and I was like, okay, I got it. And now, for example, kind of like she's building a amazing app because kind of like she's part of one hackathon that we are kind of sponsoring. But so it's like really, amazing to see how people's confidence in themselves change after 2-3 prompts that they gave to natively. So it's like they're like, okay, I can do it. Uh, so like coming to the database, we see that our schema like visualizer. So this shows how our app actually functions. So this is like the backend infrastructure, which I didn't know it before, but now I know it. So let's go to the table editor. So we can see our tables are here. So we have 7 tables that are built. And yeah, so like how to test if the backend is there is you actually, see a login page. So here we can see it. Let me sign up. I just give my name. I gave like Jahed. Okay, let's say Jahed Sahi with my surname. Let's give my email here. Nice. password. But also, like, like for some of you who are watching us, if you have a community, if you're like part of university, school, or, even if you don't have your community, but like you have some friends, and, if you want to do some mini hackathons, or like you want, us to do a online mini hackathon with you or for you, just like let us know. We are happy to actually, sponsor and kind of like give the like natively access to small communities, to build mobile apps. Yeah, let me sign in. Okay, this doesn't work? Nice. Let me check my email. Yeah, so what happened is that actually why it didn't work, is because once you sign up, you have to confirm your email because this is a new project. So for me, I confirmed my email. So this was actually the shocking part, because I was struggling with my first app for 2 hours. I'm like, why I cannot log in? And then I just went to my email. I was like, oh, I need to confirm it. So sometimes even this small details like matter a lot. So yeah, let's go. Perfect. Yeah. After we did it. So of course, now it doesn't look as nice here as it was because it removed all the mockup data, so all the data is like removed. So now we have to actually add people. Oh, we can see here, the trending topics. We can see, like we put some pictures. Here we can see, like our activities. This should also be removed after we add real users. But yeah, this is about me, like Jahed Sahi. So I can, like try to post things. But yeah, this is like a simple, in a type of app that we built and with two prompts. Yeah, like it really depends to you how you prompt, but for me, I really like to go simple. And yeah, here it is. And if one of you like to take over, please. So just as I mentioned, the iOS part, I will try to deploy this to iOS just for the sake of having some fun and showing you how it is easy. So I migrate to GitHub. I open my GitHub. So this is it. Yeah, I don't know how GitHub works, and I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I go back. I open my this is repository. It's hard to spell. So I changed the like view from private to public because I let iOS like Apple to have access to my, GitHub to my project. So you make it public. Super simple, yeah. Like I mean, I couldn't trust this, to be honest. I couldn't trust this when I was building. I was like, this cannot be that easy. And sometimes this is the base moment, is that you have a shocking moment that you just cannot, trust that this is possible. And this is, like for me, this is everyday thing with natively. And sometimes I'm, oh, this works. Like, and people are like, oh, you also were kind of shocked. I said, yeah, like I'm shocked. Everything that works, I'm like, wow, this really works. So I still have this moment with natively that I'm like, oh, this works. So yeah, this is so.
Even I have that, like writing the code. Sometimes you've seen it all, right? So it's just a nice relief when it actually like works. Because
Yeah.
you spend more time sitting inside the tool when it's not working than when it's actually working, which is like most of the time, right? So
But it's also so addictive, like when it works, I just have this like huge joy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just kind of like accomplished the world, I'm like, okay, this is just amazing. So what do you do actually? Like you just copy paste, this link in like in the GitHub, you just put it when you go open the expo, you just kind of like drop the link there, and then you just like click App Store, and then you can go further, and then you actually create a new project, which is like Networkify. And then, I just put so for iOS, you need to have an Apple developer account, which I have it. So can I just
and
give, yeah,
it's pretty easy to sign up to, right? It's just
pretty easy. Yeah.
it's a bit of a process. You need to pay $100 for it, and then like you need to wait like 1 or 2 days, and then they'll give you your account.
And this was kind of like the thing that, like I was even afraid of having Apple developer account, I was like, oh my God, what's the process and all these things. But like everything is so easy now, like what I want to tell you all is that just, please let yourself, like once you let yourself, you see that everything is so easy now. And this is kind of the interesting part. Okay, so we are going to wait for this. But meanwhile, let's chat with Tim. Tim, like, what did you think of, this challenge when I pitched you the first time that I'm gonna do this?
I think it sounds great, but I was a bit skeptical if we would get to 30 days, like here we are. So I think that's amazing. And yeah, I just love to see people build using the tool, right? It's been really fun to just like watch the progression, and then also just like talk with you about like things you've noticed. For example, you start with like the Pinterest screenshots. and just like how much better results you were seeing from that.
True.
I think that was really nice to hear. And also just like the community interacting with the videos. That's been really nice. And today, I mean, I was like, I need to share a demo. So yeah, he just whipped one up for me and said like, here's one of 30, you know. So yeah.
One of the 30s, yeah, exactly. but actually, I was super shocked also by the engagement level, on YouTube. Like, I mean, we at least had 2 comments per video, and I'm like, okay, this is such a motivation, kind of like huge motivation for me to keep doing. And of course, kind of like we're super early with natively, and like natively itself is so young. It is not even like it's 7 or 8 months old. Yeah, Tim?
Yeah, it's 10 months old technically, but it's been released to the public for 5 months.
5 months. So
Yeah.
it's like super new, and kind of like we're building the community, the base. And this is just like such a good thing to see that there is a huge community behind us and kind of supporting. And that's why, you just have to suggest me like what challenge you want me to do. Because for me, I'm all in, and after this challenge, I'm super confident that I can, just go, break a mountain. So I'm like, okay, like I can trust myself if I did it. But yeah, like in the beginning also I was not sure if I can do because in the beginning I was thinking about 1 year challenge. I'm like, okay, God, if I like say 1 year, then it's gonna be a huge commitment. But yeah, let's start with 1 month and then see how that goes. Um, but also I was thinking, Tim, like today, like, when I was walking in the morning, I said that as we are 3-4 people in the team, like we should do a challenge, like when we're all in person, we should do a recording where all of us, will build one app and then see who is finishing the app faster, kind of like to like have this mini competition.
Yeah, totally.
It will be same idea, and then like, everyone is kind of like free to do like use whatever design, whatever API, but it will be like one idea and then 5 people like building. So we should do this like live recording. Like we should find 3-4 like cameras so it's all recorded. But that would be fun, yeah.
I think that sounds like a great idea. And we should do something a bit more interesting, like take
Yeah,
1 hour each. Then we do like side by side progress.
yeah, like I think kind of like like we have to kind of like level up our game, and that's also kind of like goes back to thumbnails, and like to be honest, like guys, like I'm doing the thumbnails myself. I'm not a designer, and even I'm not doing the thumbnails for my podcast, but so like here, like we just do it ourselves and kind of we're learning. So we have to kind of like level up, the design part for thumbnail, but also like new ideas. But what we need is, like your suggestions, just kind of like comment us, like whatever doesn't work or kind of like you have some better ideas, just like let us know on YouTube or on our kind of like Discord, because we know that like we have to level up, our game every day. Um, and we're all for it, so and yeah, and we're all for building public, so sharing little things. Nice. It's taking some time, but yeah, like it's just so easy, like to deploy the app. Also, last week, what was my problem? I was working on my app that I want to like push it to iOS. I did some update. I'm like, okay, how to push the update now, and then like I asked them and like on Discord, like he was a bit kind of too lazy to like reply fast. And I was like, okay, maybe I should kind of push the deployment and then like deploy it again. And then like when I would deploy, then I saw that there's a suggestion that do you want to create a new project or do add it to the existing project. I said, okay, let's existing project. And then I saw that actually it is like 101. So it's like this like second version of my app. I was like, oh, so like this is how you update the app, but I didn't know it in the beginning. I was like, okay, let's like kind of like try it out and see how it works. So yeah, it's like just an example of how you just let yourself and then learn. So this is taking a bit more time, yeah, but let this be done and then we'll wrap it up. And yeah, just please go build your dream apps. And as we are saying, everyone is just a few prompts away from their dream app. And just like go build your dream apps and kind of like let us know what you're building. But also, if you have some questions or if you face with some error or kind of things, just join our Discord. We're happy to help. And actually, it's just like 3 of us, on Discord, and we see that the community is growing and like there's so many, kind of customer support staff needed. And, like we're based in Europe, and like most of our kind of like users are in Asia and like US or other kind of countries, and like we have 5, 8, or 10 hours time differences, but it's still kind of, like we try to be super fast and then reply. And as I was saying, even if I wake up at midnight, if I see a message, I reply that moment. I didn't want to wait, wait till the morning. And sometimes, I just like lose my lose my not dream, my sleep for 30 minutes, to go back to the sleep mood. But I try to kind of, reply to the messages because we know that everyone is building, and then they appreciate this fast response. Perfect. So this is built. Let's go to my, it's taking a few more minutes to send the link to the test flight. But what happens is that, so once you are done, there will be an invite link to TestFlight. TestFlight is the first stage, before pushing to iOS, because Apple, want to be sure that your app is working. So you just have to test it out and then push it further. Yeah, this looks amazing. So yeah, it's actually processing. So that's why we don't have the invite yet. So here it is. But I can go to my other apps. So I have so many apps, that I pushed to iOS. There's Flight, and this is like one of the app that I pushed, several times, for testing. And this is called couple calendar, where you can have a shared calendar with your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever. And you see, for example, the first version was 1, and then 2, 3. So this was, the one that I didn't know how to do it. But then I learned that it's just simple, so let's go to my apps. Oh, one more thing. Actually, we have this new feature that I was showing you the other days. It's called Visual Editor. So if you click, here, you can actually change the color. So this is this is available to almost all of our kind of users. If not, just let us know on Discord. We can let you use it. But yeah, this should be rolled out to everyone. And this is quite interesting because you can save lots of prompts on the design part, but also just let you know to control the design a bit more yourself. Yeah.
Interesting. It's not applying. Maybe
No,
it has to do with deploying.
yeah, I think it's kind of processing, yeah, for the deployment, but no, actually it works, yeah. It works most of the time. Yeah, it works most of the time. I'm used to using
Yeah,
this
we
word.
gotta fix that. We gotta fix that related to
Oh,
Startup.
nice. You see, I can change the background color. Yeah, so I can just, but still, yeah, you can do a lot. And yeah, if something doesn't work, just let us know. I mean, as we're saying that natively is a small baby still. So just kind of, let us build it. Let me see. Okay, this should be done. No, okay. Because so it's taking some minutes, but what happens, for example, the other day I did, deploy another app called Skin Please. So what happens, you just go and view it in the test flight. Um, yep. Let's see, because I have the app. Yep, I open. I don't know why it doesn't work on my oh, actually, yeah, here. Yeah, I have it. So here's the cup. Okay, but these ones are from the previous ones, So, but yeah, it should show up here, and then you kind of download. But what happened? Yeah, so you receive the invite, and then you just open it, and then you actually are ready to test the app. And then if you wanna, push it to other kind of to let others use it, then you actually can, create an external. Here should be external. Yeah, here, for example, you add external one, and then you let other ones to use it as well. So yeah, this is it. We just kind of try to build a simple Instagram or WhatsApp type of app here for you together. And then yeah, so this was the idea. And let me know if you would like to take over this project. Also, thank you so much for staying and following me for 30 days. And yeah, please wait for the next challenge. I'm gonna start very soon the next challenge, but before that, I'm gonna do some long content. Where I'm building the content on how to use, how to do the iOS deployment. Android, I got an Android phone last week. Also, I'm gonna do some API integration, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, let me know if you have some ideas for the next challenge. But also, I'm gonna think about it. I have one idea, which is for doing 3 apps per week for 3 months. So let's see. But no hard promises. I have to take a 1-day break at least. But yeah, you're gonna be more challenged. So let me know if you have some ideas. But also, it doesn't what you're building with natively. Tim, anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I think 30 days. congrats again, Jahid. It's a major achievement. Let's build some more apps.
Yeah. Let's build our dream apps. We're only
Yeah.
a prompts away from our dream apps, so let's keep building. And thank you for joining again, him. But also, thanks everyone for watching. And let's wait for the next challenge. And see you all. And have a nice day.
Bye.